Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. In today's video, we are going to talk about 3 reasons that I think people fear witches. I think there are 3 primary reasons. The first reason is I think people think that witchcraft deprives another person of free will. So, for example, I know sometimes people do like binding spells, or they do things to cause harm to an enemy, or maybe to obtain favor in a way that they think is maybe underhanded or maybe not fair. So I think, but okay, so let me just say this. Is that a fair assessment to deprive another of free will? Do you think? Well, let me tell you something. I don't think that witchcraft could even begin to compete with what, the what do you call them, the concentration camps during the Jewish Holocaust, or the slave ships that were built, or the penal system in America where there's so many people of color who are in jail. I mean, like, when I think of depriving another person of free will, I think more of kids who are forced to go to schools that are underprivileged, and the teachers are not motivated or educated or even care about their well-being. These kids, it's like they're born into this pocket of life or this certain area, and if they're trying to fight their way out of the ghetto or out of some poor rural area, to me that's more of oppression, or depriving a person of free will. I know how people are thinking. I think people think extremely small, and that's just my opinion. When I think of, I always say that the slave ship to me was a magnificent piece of work. I mean, just think about the money and the resources and the people who all got together and decided to build this, and not a single person said, well, these are we getting like cattle? Are we getting humans? But no, we're going to know. Not only are we going to chain them up, we're going to carry them across the Atlantic Ocean from continent to continent, and they're going to work for us for free. To me, that is some magic I never heard of. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of magic is that, child? Now, that's some magic for your ass. All right. So, to deprive another person of free will, in terms of like keeping, I don't want to say what works for other people or what their rules of morality are, but I guess what I'm saying is, if people fear witches and they don't fear the government and they don't fear the atrocities that one group of humans have, done to another human being to wipe out ethnic groups, I just don't understand the thinking. Like, I honestly, to be honest with you, I don't get it. It's this thinking is so tiny and so you know what? Or maybe the real magic was with the people who were able to build those concentration camps and build those slave ships. Oh, and those witch trials, child. Like, whoa, and those burning all those women at the stake. Like, where was the magic? Like, who has the magic? Who has the real magic? You know what I'm saying? So that's one reason. I just honestly, I think that it lacks logic, and it lacks historical data to me to prove that in terms of being a very logical way of looking at witchcraft. That's number 1. Reason number 2 that I think that people fear witchcraft is, I think people have difficulty handling random chance. Like, I think whenever something really good happens, we give that, we say that God did it, God, I was blessed, or if my ancestors or some deity or entities, or I don't know, like, if it's good, right? Angels helped out, like the angel did it. But if it's something that bad that happens, it's like, if it's human suffering, it's kind of like, yeah, like maybe a witch did. Like, oh, well, really? Like, ooh. So a witch is responsible for, like, I don't know, global warming maybe, or pandemics, or listen, we could just name all kind of human suffering, or maybe poverty. Oh yeah, I'm quite sure a witch did that, right? I don't know. Does that make sense to you? I don't know. I'm just saying. But I just think people think, oh, this, I think it's cute. I think it's cute that we would fear this whole ideology of somebody who's brewing, spices and stuffing some different herbs and gemstones and oils and whatever they're doing, and whatever, child, whatever, for you to fear them more than you fear, some of the people you walk by on the street every day. I just feel like, yeah, you might need some help. But anyway, let's not stop, because I don't want this to be a long video. The third reason I think people fear witches is because people think witches have an affiliation, or, they work for the devil or Satan. They have a relationship with him, and somehow they're in cahoots together. Well, yeah, first of all, let me tell you something. Whenever we do something bad, when I say we, not everybody, but people say Satan made me do it, the devil was in church, the devil made me do it. Like, really? The devil made you do that? Really? There's no accountability on your behalf? Like you were under some spell, like some you understand what I'm saying? So first of all, I don't even agree with the whole concept of blaming Satan for our inability to make good decisions for ourselves. I mean, I think to some degree we have to be accountable for our own behavior. So, and the other part of it to me is like, why would we have a relationship with Satan or the devil? It's like, why we have to undermine a woman's power? Like, no, we don't need a pimp. He's a pimp. No, get out of here. So I think that humans have a tendency to fear, in my opinion, the collective energy around why people fear witches. It's because I think people want to oppress women. I think it has to do with oppressing women, oppressing our desire to manifest our own reality, to think for ourselves. I just honestly feel like people, if they look at the big picture, and if they look at all of the damage that has been done to humanity, I just think they should really look at who has the magic, or what type of magic they're using, and who has had the biggest impact on human beings. So those are the three primary reasons I think people fear witches. In the comment box below, tell me how you feel about it. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching.